In conclusion, is Aurora Floyd high literature? Probably the book contains too many detailed descriptions of things, clothes, physical characteristics and features, buildings, rooms, furnishings. It contains too many detailed descriptions of things which are not directly related to the plot, which don't in any way advance the plot and which don't in any way pertain to the plot, and which don't either serve to illustrate emotions, dilemmas, conflicts which pertain to the eternal human condition. The drama and the plot of the novel itself is, broadly speaking, set in Mary Braddon's contemporary period. Many of the conflicts and dilemmas arise specifically out of the social codes that existed in the period. And whilst it's a very interesting novel and no doubt a very useful novel, no doubt useful at the period in assisting people to question the manners and behaviour that they automatically assumed was all that was available, perhaps. And no doubt it is useful today as well in going back to study and to understand the way in which people lived and the way in which people thought. But it's not illustrative of that the human condition immemorially, the things that pertain always. The characters are a little bit too stereotyped as opposed to being archetypes, so that, for example, a dramatist such as Aeschylus still carries tremendous power, even in the modern day context of reading or performance, because he is handling archetypal figures who express emotions and feelings that are experienced within situations of conflict and dilemma that don't ever change for human beings. Although Mary Braddon depicts psychology consistently within her characterizations, and although she discusses in ways which evoke the reader's sympathy quite powerfully the emotions that her characters are experiencing, again, this is local human interest, localized to the period, localized to the mores of the people, to the period and to the place in which the characters are living. It's not to say that there aren't elements within that writing which pertain to all humans. That's why the book works, that's why it is engaging, that's why it is exciting, that's why it is interesting to read. Of course, we can sympathise with and follow and imagine for ourselves the emotions that we might experience, how they might be different, how they might be the same in such situations. But as I say, the scope of the novel isn't quite broad enough to carry it into the arena of high literature. It's a very interesting novel. It gives many insights into the facets of Victorian social codes and codes that pertained as well to gender. It's fun to read, it's engaging to read, it's a great story, and it is well worthwhile reading.